Let's start off with a new character and check out Lily. Very custom, very classic. I always got to make sure that I don't accidentally go to modern. The Macho Ring. A lot of people have said that she's really cool. A lot of people have said that she's got throws and dives. So let's see. The frame meter can go off. We'll do block after first hit. Well, I don't know about that back block. One thing that I found was that even with input delay reduction on, resolution mode still gets screen tearing. So, and it also has, I think, a slower input response. So we're going performance all the way. Let's check her out. I like that hop. She's got a fast jump. This is pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at normals, and I'm going to look at movement, and then I'm going to move on. All right. What is this? I'm noticing things I don't like already. What is this backdash? So she wants to get up close, and she doesn't want to move away. Anime games were the ones that started doing this, where they made it so it was real fast to walk in, and then tough to get away. You know, penalty. Penalty for walking away. All right. I like this song. It's gonna be, bouncing. I don't know about you, but I love the soundtrack. So she's got a very tall jump. She's got a slow back walk. I mean, I don't know. It seems slow. Zangief almost seems like he moves further away. But she's got weapons. I saw her and I said, man, she's probably got that long range. And not just one weapon. She has two. She's ready for a Soul Calibur cameo. All right, let's just look at the buttons. Typical jab, but she's got very far. Let's see the range. All right, nice range at the very end of the pogo stick. I like this jab. Like I said, she seems like a strange character that doesn't belong in Street Fighter because she's got weapons. Any back commands? No. All right, I like that too. Very tough. Ooh, eh? I like that. It goes far. Big control space. Again, no command normals. And then the very fast pound, stand fierce. Wow, that's got better range than I thought it might. It's almost like the dust splash on it. All right, I wonder if that anti-air is at all. Let's make them jump. Let's see how tall the hitbox is. Not very. So it's not very tall, but it's very in front. I want to see how tall it is. Like as she jumps, it'll whiff. All right, it seems like there's no vertical hitbox. All right. So it might not be that great of an anti-air. Well, now I know. But it certainly seems fast. Let's look at the frame data. Why not? If I'm curious about it. Let's just check real quick. Jab is 6 frames. What about on hit? 6 frames on hit? What about on block? -1. All right. Strong is 9. These are slow normals. Probably due to the fact that she makes up for it with range. All right. +1, -4. Hey, man, that's pretty good from this far away. I like that button. All right. And then now, what's her fierce? 11 frames, and it's neutral. What about on block? -5. I mean, again, I'll take a slow startup with the safety on block because she's got the far range. All right, pretty good. Anything on back? Yeah, there we go. And of course, command normals. So we got the command normal and the back fierce. How fast does this start? Compared to 11 frames, you see what I'm saying? Now, if she's a charge character, there's a reason she's got a back normal. And she, I guess, is related to T-Hawk. Thomas Hawk. Let's see what that is on hit. +5. Let's just assume everything is really good on hit. -2. And then, what's her forward? 18. Ugh, 18. -5. Pretty safe. I would say, I mean, rather advantaged on hit and pretty safe on block. With the range at -4, -5, who's going to be able to punish you? What's the range on this one? Does it step her forward a little bit? Let's put her foot by the line. Yeah, obviously steps forward. What about this as an anti-air? What about this as an anti-air? Gotta time the start. Nope, I would say that whiffs. Nope. Is there a missing hitbox? Like, is there a gap between her hitbox, or is it just... You see what I'm saying? Do you think that the stand down. Do you think that the hitbox is only on the end of her weapon where the ball is? And there's kind of a gap between her and her body? Like, you could probably throw her at... I mean, you could throw her out of it because of the startup is so slow. Let's record that. Yeah, grabbed. Very much so. No big deal. Delete that. Alright, let's look at the, so, I don't know what this is good for. This, at the very least, I understand. It's a, you know, back fierce so you can remain charging, I guess. But as far as this forward one goes, who knows? Let's look at the crouch jab. I like that the animation, they have like this carousel animation, like Jamie Stand Short, where she's like using both maneuvers. I like that too. It seems to hit behind also. I guess you can't really test that, but it looks like she's even swinging behind her. Might as well look at it. Again, 6 frames. -1. -3. 8 frames -3 for a crouch. You're going to have to make up with that range. You're going to have to make up with that range. And then she has... Oh, let's look at commands. Any diagonals? No. What about just this pound? And then she has this unique thing. So she's got this pound. 2 hits. That's important. That's important. Might be special cancelable after the first. Does this have any vertical range? We want you to jump. Yeah. A lot better than the other ones. The other ones had... Yeah, alright. So... Crouch Fierce, not bad. And might as well look at this. So then what is this on? 10 frames. What about on block? -2? Alright. Then you don't need to be afraid of, let's say, worrying they're going to jump. Sometimes there are moves. How should I say this? There are moves that are good pokes that can be jumped. I'm thinking of Deathstroke's back 1. It's like a low kick. It's like a standing low kick. That can be jumped pretty easily. Or like his stand 2 sword. That can be jumped pretty easily too. So sometimes there are moves that are good pokes. Either they're, let's say, 10 frames or up, but they're advantaged. Or they're just a good poke up close, short range, fast, but it can be jumped. And then on the flip side, there are sometimes moves that are good anti-airs, but they kind of don't have the decent hitbox to act as like a close normal. So her Crouch Fierce sort of does both things. Maybe because it's 2 hits. Maybe the first hit works as the anti-air, and the second hit works as the valid crouch move. So the only downside is that it starts slow, but if you're anticipating something like you want them to wait for you and you're worried they might backdash out or jump out, you could do something like this. You could do something like this and catch the jump, or still maybe have it be a decent normal. Only -2, a decent up close normal. So you're not gonna get, you know, you're not gonna get blown up, as they say. Trying to cover the both the jump or some fucking close normal. If they're trying to swing at you, what else? What else do I want to look at? I was thinking about testing oh, getting out of throws and getting out of backdash. What does she have on? That's +6? Wait a minute, that's +6. Are you in guaranteed range for a throw? Well, let's record her doing that. Let's record her doing that. I guess you could still break it, but you're still in range for a throw. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Maybe not. She whiffs. You have to wait till it finishes? You have to wait till it finishes. That's a little bit bizarre. Alright. Anyway, I don't want to get into the weeds with frame data. Alright. I like this knee. Forward kick. I got a cough. Hang on. Alright. Forward knee. Kind of looks like Vega's stand short. A nice easy forward kick. No command normals. And then a big long roundhouse. I actually like this. It seems slower, but it's the range is decent. Let's put them on. Let's look at this. 4 frame. Now that's what I like. 4 frames. -4, not bad. On to eat your heart out. What about 7 frames? 2 frames. What about on block? -1. Alright, so I like the idea of using the range to account for only a minor 1 or 2 frame slower startup, because it all seems super advantage on hit and safe on block. She's very interesting now. 14 frames for a move like that is not bad, and especially compared to her Fierce. And her forward one, see, that one's 18. Now compare this. What I want to know is, does she have any punches that are better range than this? Back Fierce keeps her in place. Stand roundhouse is longer and moves forward a little bit. What about, let's push her all the way there. How could I test this? You could go forward Fierce, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. She doesn't move forward. She doesn't move forward as much. I want to know what has better range. Forward Fierce. Yeah, Forward Fierce does. All right, Forward Fierce does. Compared to the roundhouse, yeah. Well, that's okay. What is this on block? -5 again. So, I mean, she's going to poke from so far away, no one's going to be able to punish her. She just has the range. She has the range. Let's look at the crouches. Crouch short. Crouch forward. What would be the difference between a lot of these moves? The advantage? It's not going to be the startup, it's going to be the advantage. What cancels and what links? That's like step 2. Step 1 is figuring out what do her buttons look like, what normals does she have access to, how fast and how safe is everything. And then step 2 is what normals special cancel and what normals link into themselves for combos. And then of course drive rush. So why would you want to use this? Compared to, again, like compared to, I have this, back Fierce, forward Fierce, and stand Fierce I get. Stand Fierce, we know what's good. Boy, stand Fierce almost makes her duck lower than crouch Fierce does. That's pretty funny. How fast is this again? You need the frame data. 10 frames. I almost wonder if I like... Alright, I like stand Fierce and crouch Fierce. Let's say they're essentially the same. Forward Fierce, I don't know what the problem is. This is 7 frames. That's why I like it. That's 9 frames. Up close, you might want to use this just a little bit more. Yeah. Like, look at, I'm standing right here. Let's look at what hits and let's look at what whiffs. Boy, okay. Back Fierce has a little bit more range, even for the startup, and again the charge. Well, this, I assume that Back Fierce does something decent. I bet you this is special cancelable. I bet you that's the thing. I bet you some of this stuff is not special cancelable, but it's drive rushable. I bet you. That's pretty common. Like Jamie's stand strong is not special cancelable, but you can link it and you can drive rush it. I'm pretty sure you can drive rush that. And if you can't, you can definitely link it. What else do I like? Did I ever see that? I don't remember looking at that. Oh, because it's got the weird backwards hitbox. I wonder if it's got... I wonder if this is like... Man, how could I do this? Do a cross-up. Yeah, good enough. Do a cross-up jump or something. And then... Go. Like she jumps, right? Do that again. want to see the backwards hitbox. Does this have any... It's got a hitbox on the front. You can see my character turning around. Nah, it doesn't. I'm going to assume it doesn't. Alright. Let's clear this. So, I was thinking maybe Crouch Strong could be a decent, like, anti-cross-up if it's got a hitbox behind her, but it doesn't. What did I want to look at? Crouches. Crouch short, crouch forward, and then the crouch roundhouse sweep. And again, no command normals. I kind of like this simple move list, no command normals. When the moves serve a similar function, but at least I can just judge. Slower startup, better advantage, or fast startup and good range. You can kind of just freestyle in a match. What do I want to poke with? Let's look at this. 4 frames, 7 frames, 14. What about this? A 5-frame crouch short. Alright. So to make up for some of her slower punches, and by slow it's like, oh no, 6. You know, oh no, 9 and 11, no bad. She's got a 4-frame stand short. You might want to use this more. Oh, what's a true low? What's a low? Alright, none of her punches. So we got 4-frame stand short, 5-frame crouching short. What is this on block? -2? 10-frame -5. That's kind of a... Maybe her low medium kick is leaving me wanting. What about the sweep? 2-hitting sweep, -12. How can I put it on? Block all. And we'll do both hits. 12. Even the last hit, 12. Alright. 11-frame sweep, is that fast? So, pretty fast. What else do I want to know? So we looked at the full moves. Full moves in Yeek Attack and specials. Let's look at her jumps. So, wrapping up the normal move list, I think, like I said, I think overall she has very fast startup, extremely safe, and good range. She might be a contender to fight Honda. Let's look at these jump-ins. Big far, standing jab, it could air to air. I kind of like this jump-in strong. Her having access to these weapons is interesting. I'm starting to like this backdash more as well. Jump fierce. I don't know if I like that. I'll tell you what I do like this song. Alright, maybe it's a non-cross-up jump. But see, it's not for me to know which side I land on. It's for you to try and guess what side I land on. I don't know about that jump fierce. She's got a jump short. Is this going to cross up? Technically can. If you want to come down on them with it, I guess. I like that. It's very long. The hitbox, I like a jump medium kick. It's very long. The hitbox stays out for a long time. That's basically what you want. You want to move where it's like, not that you're going to launch it as soon as you leave the ground, but when you hit peak of jump, you want to press the normal and know it's going to come down on them. You don't want it to like recover before you've even made contact with this stupid character. Alright, yeah, jump forward. I think it's just jump forward. Just do that shit. And then the jump roundhouse is usually when you are jumping from far away. Jump roundhouse usually has a farther horizontal hitbox, and jump fierce usually has maybe not necessarily a more vertical hitbox, but it probably does the most hit stun to lead to like the deepest jump and combos and punishes. And we could check it right now. What is this on hit? 11. And what is this on hit? 13. So it proves my point. Jump roundhouse. I think her moves, if you wanted to just pick her up in freestyle, you could figure out pretty quick. Did she have any command normals on her kicks? I didn't notice anything. It's just as fierce. Alright. She's simple. I like her. Now the question would be, why would you use... Gotta turn the frame data on. I like jab and short. Okay, I like the jab and short. And I like to stand strong. And the fierce, I get that they will have a purpose. So then, what's the deal with this low forward? It is a true low. Why would I want to use low forward? I like to stand short. Roundhouse is 14 frames. Compared to other moves, that's 14 frames plus 1. This is 14 frames plus 5. You know what I mean? Roundhouse has longer horizontal range than back fierce. It's a stand forward is 7 frames. I mean, if you need a 7-frame move, that's true. Low forward 10 frames. Her kicks, maybe her punches are more useful than her kicks. What about on block? How safe? I mean, +1. Maybe her kicks are a bit more safe. Roundhouse up close would be a stupid idea. Why would roundhouse be good? It advances you forward. Maybe that's why. Maybe you need a neutral, normal move that advances you forward because she's a charge character. Maybe. That would be what would make roundhouse useful. You can charge and use roundhouse to move forward. -5 from that range is not so bad. Like I said, I like all the fierces. So then, and I mean that stand forward. Also, the stand forward holds you in place and is fast. Okay. I'm thinking through the lens of, like, I want to walk forward and poke. But for a charge character, maybe you don't want to do that. If she's a charge character, we'll find out. Crouch strong is 8 frames. Again, good range. So the punches have good range and good safety. And the kicks have they have much better startup. I mean, 4 or 5 frames, that's good. A 10-frame low with that range. Well, what more do you want? I mean, I think the sweep is a bit interesting. You could kind of make them think that you're out of range. The sweep has a deceptive range because that second hitbox is a bit farther away. Even more so than the roundhouse. The sweep's got more range than the roundhouse. Alright, pretty interesting. Let's try specials. Quarter circle forward, nothing. What about Dragon Punch? Alright. Let's see it. Startup 6 frames. What about the strong? Startup 8. What about the fierce? Startup 10. And I'm guessing it's going to be incredibly unsafe. -32. Now, what about EX? Alright, what am I looking at in the frame data meter? There's no white frames. So it turns out, in order to check invulnerability on a move, you need a white frame image during the startup. And purple means it has armor, and like a yellow-orange means it has air invulnerability. So this is not a reversal. It's got no... Let's see what we can make her do. Dash forward and then do this. Oh, preparing. Alright, so... That was a little bit early. Let's do it again. Counter hit. Maybe she's off the ground. Maybe she's off the ground. How would I... Now, in order to really test this, what's the startup? Put it on again. What's the startup? 6 frames. I would need something that's... She's got to have something that's... -5. How could I do this? I could record her doing... What would you want? Alright, that's at +0. So just do Fierce Condor. Puts you at 0. I don't know if that'll work. How much when do I recover? I recover's at 0. So this is a true neutral situation. That's a super. Let's see if I could do... That doesn't work. That doesn't... Delete that. I don't know if I set that up right. Counter hit. So she beat me. Even though I'm supposed to be at 0. Counter hit. Maybe it does beat throws. Because she's off the air. We traded. I got something out. Now, wait a minute. We traded. What's my stand jab? 6 frames. All right. So then there's no invulnerability, but she's off the ground. So it seems like it's beating throws. My throw is 5 frames. Look, right. Neutral. Counter hit. I input the throw. Counter hit. And I can see the animation coming out. But then now... Record, we're at neutral. Mash jab, we trade. Alright. So she's off the ground. So this will beat throws. But it's not a reversal. See, this is important. A reversal is an invulnerable move. So it's not going to beat... It's not going to beat... attacks. Strikes. Alright, we're looking at specials. No... no fireball forward. A dragon punch. What about a half circle? I mean... Alright, she's got a quarter circle back. She does the wind. Wing gather. Like we are together, but wing gather. And this bizarre attack. Let's see. 25 frames. Knocks down. I need her to block. Strong is -8. Fierce is -8. Okay. Bizarre. So then there won't be a half circle if she's got a quarter circle back. What about a half circle forward? What about a charge move? Let's see. Charge forward. Charge forward. What about a charge upward? All right, maybe it is. What about? Excuse me. What about quarter circle forward? Kick. She's got this condor dive, but it's not really a dive. Let's look at the frames. 17. That's pretty, huh? 17. 17 frame startup. As opposed to a 6 frame startup, I mean, I would not try an anti-throw with this. Whoa, she could go down. You could, square dash. You could pretend to want to go in. You could use the light one to pretend to want to go in. Hey, maybe this could set something up on knockdown. Like, you could do a throw. Nah, she's kind of far away. I was going to say, is there anything that knocks down? She recovers these long recovery animations. What about... I mean, maybe. That's like a really... You're really reaching. You're really reaching. You might as well just set something up more legitimately. I don't know. It's like a visual mix-up. You know? If you were going to make them scared of something, I don't know. You can't do... I see everybody doing drive rush normals. And first of all, they don't even do, like... They don't even do... The player doesn't even do, like, a super advantage move. Even though drive rush gives extra advantage. But can you use a special attack at a drive rush? That'd be kind of dumb. You might as well just walk forward. I see people doing a lot of, like, visual gags and throwing the meter away, which I don't like. But, so she's got quarter circle forward kick. I want to know, what is this stuff on block? Block off. -8. Not the well, yeah. Well, they're all -8. That's what's at least good. They're all -8. They might start different and have different range, but they're all -8. I would prefer that to them having different, you know, punishability. Why would you want this? If you can combo into it, I don't know. Maybe it's a good anti-air. Nah, I would imagine Crouch Fierce would be better anti-air than trying to do something like this. For some reason, I just like the light one. It seems like it's a visual gag to make them flinch. And then you could use it to get it, like, you could use it to get in without making contact in them. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. What about a dragon punch on the kick? Now it's just giving me quarter circle. So that's good. At the very least, you don't have to worry about overlapping a dragon punch and a quarter circle. What about on the back? What about half circle back? Half circle back, nothing. Quarter circle, nothing. Dragon punch back, nothing. What about a charge move? What about charge down? Alright. What do I think so far? I think she's got the type of normal that I like. Kind of like Manon. Long range, fast startup, safe. Yeah, there's something about her. She's almost very plain and simple, but she's kind of interesting. These condored spires. Let's see what green rushes. Her jab. Not her strong. Her fierce. What about her back fierce? Yep. What about her forward fierce? Yep. What about crouch jab? Yep. What about crouch strong? No. What about crouch fierce? The second hit. The second hit does. Okay. So the way that I've been looking at drive rushes in my mind to remember what characters do what. So if you imagine an arcade stick layout and you have the 6 buttons and it's ordinarily the 3 punches and 3 kicks. Well, imagine that the top row are your standing moves and the bottom row are your crouching moves. So, and let's just say punches. So we're going to look at as if all 6 buttons are 6 punches. Stand, light, medium, heavy punch, and crouch, light, medium, heavy punch. And I would basically see like, okay, the top and bottom first buttons and the top and bottom third buttons, with the middle ones being blank. And it's almost like the first column and the third column are lit up in my mind. So it's like you could drive rush, stand jab, crouch jab, stand fierce, crouch fierce, but not her strongs. So just to have like a visual layout when you want to drive rush, like what can I do? And then you'll also learn in combos, what do I want to combo into? And then, you know, using drive rush for combos, that's for you to figure out with your favorite character. And that's like once you know, hey, I like this character, I know their move list. Yeah, I have a beginning understanding of their frame data. I know about how fast stuff is, how safe stuff is. Step 2 is building combos and thinking, if I'm going to be poking with this normal, can I convert into anything? Does it cancel into a special? Does that special make it safe? Can I link it into another normal? Like, a lot of target combos, really a lot of target combos cannot be special canceled, but they can be linked into, and they can be drive rushed out of. So just think about that. What normals link together? What normal special cancel? Can I somehow travel into a drive rush to then set up a bigger combo? If you know you have a pretty easy stand fierce, dragon punch super, can I drive rush into my stand fierce? Well, okay. Well, what is a drive rush move? Maybe I could do stand jab, and link that into crouch strong, drive rush, fierce, dragon punch, super. And it's like you can start to figure out how to build your own combos in your mind if you know the rules of your character's move list. What links, what special cancels, and what rushes. You can build it, you can practice it, and get a feel for performing it. So let's see, all of her specials are jumps. What drive rushes? We need to know her kicks. Let's go back to the middle. Not her stand short. All right, stand short. It's kind of, you might want to do it twice. You might want to do it twice. Like, you can do forward plus light kick forward and get it. Or yeah, you could tap it in. It's almost impossible to hit confirm this stuff. I'm confident that it's not possible to hit confirm drive rush, and you just have to dial it in and anticipate that you want to do it. So, stand short drive rushes, stand forward, not her roundhouse. All right. And remember, all of her back and forward fierces do. What about crouch short? Doesn't seem like it. Even if I do down forward diagonal kick and try again. So, crouch short doesn't seem to. And a roundhouse does not. Her low forward does. And another thing about drive rush, this is something I was figuring out with Jamie. So every time I look at players using drive rush, and they're just dialing in combos on hit, it really makes you want to throw up, because it's like they're practicing what we've trained ourselves not to do, and not just dial it in and hope and pray and cross your fingers. We were training ourselves to learn how to hit confirm low forward. And so this whole drive rush thing of just dialing in on hit or on block kind of bothers me a little bit. But I'll tell you where I like it. When I anticipate that it's going to make contact on block and I want to close the distance and continue pressure, I like it there. So I like drive rush being used as block pressure. Basically acknowledging and assuming it's going to get blocked, but I'm still going to make contact and get it. Okay. So that's one area where I like it. The other area where I like it is if you're at a farther range and they whiff something. I like this idea of using Drive Rush to whiff punish and get in. And something like a stand forward or a stand strong or a crouch forward could do that. If the move might typically not special cancel into anything, maybe a Drive Rush is like, I mean, Jamie's stand medium and low medium kick. It's funny that I'm thinking about him. I kind of went over him again. So he's like the template for a Street Fighter 6 character for me right now. But like a low forward, like even this thing, right? Let's say, what is her name? Lily? Lily sticks out a low forward toward me. Like, let's see if I can get her to do that. We'll do 2 of them. And then we'll see if we can get her to do that again. Like, I could rush in from there. She's low forwarding. Let's see. That doesn't do it, huh? Stand strong doesn't do it, huh? What does it? Like, what if the crouch strong does? Her strongs do not, that's right. So then let's just try forward. They whiffs too. You're kind of blowing up my training example, Lily. You're kind of blowing up my training example. Bam, and then go in there, see? Damn, double juggle. So that kind of works. Maybe that's not the best example of a whiff punish, a decent normal to use as a whiff punish, but the concept is there. If she's going to whiff something and then you want to, you know, beat her up, you're going to walk in here, you know? Do that again. Crush her and go in. So that's kind of the only purpose I see of at least knowing you can Drive Rush on hit if it's a punish. And say, I'm very far away, I'm going to use my common long-range Drive Rush move to whiff punish them, dash in and get a close-up punish. That concept of using a long-range normal to whiff punish and Drive Rushing in for a more proper punish, or let's say you block something that's -5, but you have a 5-frame jab, and you go, I'm gonna link stand jab, Drive Rush, or stand jab, crouch strong. I'm gonna use like a fast starting move to link into a stronger move, a medium move that I can then Drive Rush into a proper punish, or I can use a long range normal, whiff punish them, Drive Rush closer to a proper punish. I think that idea of Drive Rush as just kind of closing the gap and closing the distance and getting you closer to the opponent to do a proper combo, that might be its purpose. It might not be about, if it's about rush down, it does the same thing. If it's about comboing, it does the same thing. It's more about just fixing the hitbox and get you closer. It's not necessarily about, you know, frame advantage or pressure, so to speak. I like this idea of using it to punish. So good enough. It's not really a dissertation on Lily's Drive Rush mechanic. Who gives a shit? What else do I need to know about this character? Let's might as well go to her full moves, her command list, and look at what I may have missed. Condor Wind. Hold the button to change the effect. Twirl your claws above your head and summon and envelop yourself in the wind. This will grant you 1 wind-clad stock, which powers up certain special moves. Winds. You can hold it. So I pressed and held it, and I got 3 stock. You might want to look for a guaranteed wind setup. Oh, what special cancels? So if I have the, I mean, how would you want to end your combos? I would want to end my combos in the Dragon Punch. Alright, that works. And that takes a stock. Now let's see when I'm stocked up. Because remember, this was -8 on block. And we don't really care what it is. +1? No way. Now hang on. On block. Compared to -8, oh my god. And it look, it has a hitbox. Look at this, -8. But then all of a sudden I'm powered up. and I'm at +1 and it's got a hitbox coming off the ground. What does it start? Is the startup different? Startup is 9. Startup is, oh my god, 17 to 9. Alright, so we want to power up. We want to power up. What about my Dragon Punch then? 4 frames, but it's still super punishable. What about if I have a stock? Alright, and then what's the other move that she has? She just has the hit. She has the hit, -8. Still -8. What is the usefulness of this quarterback punch? I don't know. I don't know. So all of a sudden this drill, well, it's not as though it's advantaged, but that one is. What about the medium one? Alright, so you like that. Power up, and then rush in. +1. And then, I still don't know the purpose of this quarter circle back punch move. And then, I keep thinking her Dragon Punch is on, I keep thinking that her Dragon Punch is on kick, but it's a literal Dragon Punch on punch. Alright. Alright. Block after first hit. What else do I want to know? Command list. Command list. So Condor Wind is godlike all of a sudden. Condor Spire just got way better. Leap into the air and charge forward while remaining low on the ground. And I would imagine this takes you. I would imagine that takes you off the ground to get out of throws. Not that it's so important. Like, still not invulnerable. I mean, maybe. Well, this is. It would beat throws and trade with strikes. Yeah, maybe. I'm not really so concerned about it. I think there's better options to. I think there's better options to do. Let's see. I think that there's better options to do avoiding throws. Some people want to backdash. Some people, I don't know if jumping out of a throw is a good idea, because whiffing a throw isn't really the greatest. It's not really the longest animation. Like, she's gonna do that. Preparing. Thanks for preparing. Like, you can still come down on them, but they can still block. It's not really like a punish. That's neither here nor there. Tomahawk Buster. Effect changes with Windclad. Use the momentum of your swinging arms to diagonally leap into the air with a tackle. It is invincible against jumping attacks. Really? Making it useful in... Alright, that's her anti-air. Invincible against jumping attacks. Let's prove that right now. What normal do I like? And then let's use the Big Fierces. Let's use the Big Fierces. And let's wait till she's out. Yeah, dude. Well, that was kind of a punish counter. That doesn't work. Yeah, boy. Jump roundhouse. So the jump roundhouse doesn't do anything. What about... kind of is missing. Let's try to record it again. Why don't I just do neutral? Alright. She's not, Alright, punish counter. Good enough. Commandless. Alright, so she's got a good anti-air and an anti-throw. Windclad. Condor Wind makes you Windclad. Condor Spire I like. After your Windclad. Tomahawk Buster. Condor Dive while airborne. Diagonally descend with a powerful tackle. Useful for surprise attacks or counteracting a dodge. So 2 during a forward attack only, and I don't need Windclad. Let's make her block. This character's cool. All the characters are cool. I've not played one character that wasn't cool. -23, but I'm far away. You could use this if they try and anti-air you. You could. That pause in the air is enough to. It's enough to screw it up. You could even do it from a neutral jump. What about a back jump? No. But you can do it from a neutral jump. That's important. That's important. Let's see how far I can go. I'm going to do it with jab and strong, alright? And then I'm going to do it with medium and fierce. It looks like it's the same range. And then we'll do the EX one. She's still blocking. Minus 23. Alright. Block after first hit. Command list. What do you have to say about that? Condor dive. Yeah, neutral or forward. Effects change with Windclad. Oh, that's what I gotta do. Neutral forward or OD Tomahawk Buster. Effects change with Windclad. So I could go like this. Wait a minute. Okay, so after EX Dragon Punch, I can do an EX Dive. What are the moves? This is Buster. This is, I don't know, Flight. Wind is the power-up. Spire is the horizontal. Buster is the Dragon Punch. And then Dive is the dive. So if you ever did EX Buster, maybe in a combo, and you can just tap 2 punches. I have all 3 punches macroed on R2. More powerful with Windclad. Let's see. I need her to block. Powered up. Minus 22. Maybe she gets pushed further away. Depending on... She gets pushed farther away. Look at this. I'm going to do it from here up top. And look at how close I am. And that's after the wind... Let's not do the wind up. Let's not do the wind up. Push her to the corner, please. I'm going to go all the way over her. Look how close I am. Look how close I am. So depending on where you hit her and make contact, you kind of bounce further away. So you can place it a little bit better. Like if I hit her as high as possible and as close as possible, I wind up recovering so close to her. But if I make contact from far away, you know, I might be able to spare myself some range. But minus 23, when she does that flip back, they could easily walk towards you and bust something up. They could easily do that, bust something up. You could, you know, do something. I mean, you could do anything. I'm just gonna jump. Let's see if I can just do like double dash like that. I don't really know how badly I want to see, because I can't hit confirm drive rush, so I can't rely on it unless it is a guaranteed punish. I'm not relying on drive rush. I don't like that maneuver to do combos. I don't like it. All right, no problem if you don't like it. Do I have an EX on this one? That's minus 7. What about when I'm Windclad? 2. What about this? Minus 22. What about this? Still unsafe. I don't want to start thinking that they're safe. And then what about this? EX Spirits, minus 5. Maybe that's good in a combo. The strong one, or... I don't know. Command list. Condor dive. What else does she have? Mexican Typhoon when near an opponent. So she's got a 360? Grab your opponent with both war clubs. Does she really? Did that give me level 3? No, I just had it. Alright, she's got a 360. And apparently you can do an actual half circle from the diagonals. Diagonal down back. No, you can't. Diagonal down back. No, you fucking can't. It is a fucking 360, just like I fucking know. Who the hell said you could do it just from a fucking diagonal, these morons? Well, I know who said it. I know who said it. Fucking morons. Alright, a real 360. You can roll a half circle and then hit the up diagonal and you'll get it. What is this fucking bullshit? Maybe you could... Well, if you're walking forward, yeah, no shit. If you're walking forward, yeah, no shit. So she's got a command throw, which is great because a 360 is better than a command throw because you can do it walking forward or backward. I could be walking toward them and roll it backward. You know? Or I can walk away and then walk toward them. Alright, hey, she's interesting. That's interesting that a lot of the characters I like in this game happen to be grapplers, because I'm just looking for characters that have a nice movement speed and strong normals. And it just so happens they're all grapplers. Zangief, Honda, Lily, and Manon. That's a coincidence. Super art. She's got a lot. Let's see what the properties of these are. She's got 2 level 2s during a jump, no big deal. And effects change during Windclad. Alright. Breezing Tomahawk. Slow to come out, but does a lot of damage and is invincible. Let's fucking prove that. Let's prove that. Let's also put it on block at the first hit. 1 frame of invincible startup. Alright, so you can beat something. Need a level and then Arise. That's invincible as well. But it goes straight up. It goes straight up. Alright, be careful about that. What about from very far away? Just for you. She moves forward. How safe is it on block? Block all. What about this one? Super punishable. What about this one? Also super punishable. Command list. Supers. Remaining in place, leaping directly upwards, it executes quickly, making it an anti-arrow way to do a ton of damage. And then you can do it during a jump. Does she go downward? No, she still goes upward. And effects change during Windclad. What do you mean effects change? She's invincible. Still pretty punishable. I don't know how effects change. Maybe she does more damage. Raging Typhoon. Powerful Mexican Typhoon. So it's a throw. Can be used to slip through an opponent's guard at close range. More powerful when vitality is below 25%. How far away can I do it? Alright. What about backdash range? You can like backdash. You can backdash something. You can backdash something and then just do it. Backdash range hits, and it's a throw, and she's on block all. All right. So she's got a throw super. That's pretty cool. Wait. What'd I just do here? Reset. Command list. All right. So her supers. Let's look at uniques. Rising thrust. I never saw that. She's got her overhead. 2 frames. -3. Safe overhead. -3. -3. Safe overhead. Alright. I really like Lily. Interesting. Why does she need this back move then? It's 14 frames. Roundhouse has better range. She didn't wind up being a charge character. I thought she was going to be. Great spin during a jump. Did I look at her, So she's got some more moves. Great spin. Alright, down fierce is a cross-up, potential cross-up. But I like her jump, So she's got a splash. Alright. What's the advantage? 11? Compared to jump medium kick, 8. Jump short, 5. Alright. Maybe this is the jumping you want to use, or splash. Double arrow. During a jump. I gotta make them jump. She doesn't really seem to work. It doesn't go fast enough. So it's an air-to-air. That's kind of weird. I would imagine I would rather do this. And then you could 360 them. Like, I would rather air-to-air with jump jab. But anyway, it's fine. Command list. during a jump, not a big deal. Desert Storm, she's got multiple. So she's got 3. Alright, I'm running low on time here. Frame meter is on. Let's put her on block all. Let's put her on block all. 9 frames minus. 23. So there's no mix-up here where you go, maybe she'll finish. The mix-up is whether or not they'll finish the string. They're all unsafe, so I don't really know. They're all unsafe. Maybe it's, oh, what's special cancelable? Some of this stuff is special cancelable. And if you're Windclad, I like Condor Spire. Alright, go Windclad and cancel into Condor Spire. What about the back one? Can you cancel into wings together? What is that on block when you're Windclad? -8 still? -8 still. Let me hurry up. Unique attacks. That's it? Alright, what do I think? I really like her. Maybe depending on her drive rush, I think she could be really simple. Poke character, command throw, Condor Spire that can be made safe, a mild reversal, a throw super. I really like her. A lot. More to be seen if she can get good damage. Lily.